My relationship with food has always been very one-sided. I pretty much cook the same 4 things and almost always take photos of my aesthetically pleasing meals at restaurants. I try to do the best I can for my body and for the environment, but I know I often fall short of my goals. So when I was given the opportunity to learn about people whose lives literally revolve around food and agriculture, I was so excited. What I didn't expect was how transformative this experience would be. I related the things we saw to the concepts of knowledge co-creation and capitalism. This is my Atlanta farm tour experience. Honestly, I was a little nervous about spending 12 hours with a group of strangers. But this anxiety soon melted away after realizing how kind and welcoming each person in our group was. When we arrived at our first stop, Bamboo Creek Farm, part of Global Growers in Decatur, we were confused because we traveled through a neighborhood to reach the farm, which apparently was in the backyard of one of the houses. But after talking with Stephanie and Desiree, this made sense because they explained that farming land is hard to find in urban areas, so they will take what is available to them. Global Growers' goal is to provide refugees from all over the world with a way to reconnect with their heritage from their home country. Bamboo Creek Farm is special because all the produce grown there is sold to patrons in their community, and the farmers get to keep a percentage of this profit. Desiree told us that people from different parts of the world specialize in different foods, and they all have unique ways of farming. This relates to knowledge co-creation, which, according to the Farming Matters magazine, happens when new knowledge emerges from sharing, learning, and working together with other people. You could truly see how farming here was a family activity. Desiree showed us a set of swings one farmer built to occupy their young children while they were farming. Mr. Hudman tried to test out the swings, but quickly realized they were for much tinier people. Our second stop was Love is Love Farm in Decatur. This farm was different than the others because the land is owned by nearby homeowners who lease it out to landless farmers such as Joe Reynolds. Joe talked with us about the give and take between what is environmentally sustainable and what is most profitable. For example, they use plastic coverings on the strawberry plants to protect them from pests since no pesticides are used, despite plastic not being the most environmentally friendly product. At each of the farms, I noticed how the farmers' love and passion for what they do crept into little aspects of their life. For example, there was a van at Love is Love that was covered in bumper stickers that said things like, "Make compost, not war." Our third stop was the Westview Community Garden. Run by a woman named Abby, at first glance, the garden just looked like an empty lot between houses in a neighborhood. We learned that the lot was sold to the bank a few years ago and bulldozed over. Her neighborhood had to come together to win the lot back, which they successfully did. Abby also spoke to us about the other projects she was working on, such as Gangsters to Growers, a program to rehabilitate people recently released from prison through gardening. We left in awe of this woman who had so many amazing goals and so much passion for the problems facing her community. Our fourth stop was the Metro Atlanta Urban Farm in College Park. At this point in the day, we were all laughing and joking around like a big family. Our tour guide Charlie created a competition to see who could guess the most number of herbs correctly. We even got to bring some home with us. Finally, we ended the day with our reflection, where I talked with Gladys, Annie, and Dexter about what we see when we think of food in Milledgeville. We talked about 441 and the fast food empire that they have seen it grow into. This reminded me of Guthman's discussion of capitalism. She says tax rollbacks create the need for low-wage jobs, which creates the need for low-cost food, which results in an obesogenic environment. She says bodies as material entities are literally absorbing the conditions and externalities of production and consumption. We also talked about how kind everyone we met was. It was so evident that all of the farmers had a true love for the earth and for agriculture, but none of them could do it on their own. Every place we went, it was a true community effort put together by selfless people. What surprised and inspired me most was the relationships we had built in a short 12 hours. I learned so much about farming from people doing truly wonderful things for the world and formed bonds between friends in unlikely places. I think Wendell Berry put it best when he said, "The soil is the great connector of our lives. Without proper care for it, we can have no community, because without proper care for it, we can have no life."